You're looking at Phil Scott and Jack Sharkey. The referee is Lou Magnolia.
Jack Sharkey amazed the boxing world 5 months ago when he knocked out the highly regarded light heavyweight champion, Tommy Loughran, in 3 rounds. That startling victory, coupled with his sensational knockouts of Jack Delaney, Jim Maloney, and Mike McTeague, has catapulted Jack Sharkey into the status of leading contender. Round 1 comes to an end with all 3 officials scoring it evenly. In round 2, Sharkey is still the aggressor. He's pressing the fight, looking for an early knockout. Watch Sharkey throw a chopping right to the head and follow it with a leaping left. Jack is looking to end it right here in the 2nd round. Sharkey will charge in with 2 hard lefts, sending Scott to the canvas. Referee Lou Magnolia reaches the count of 6 before Scott gets to his feet. Sharkey rushes in to finish it.
And Phil Scott will try and make a claim for a foul. Beautiful jab by Jack Sharkey. He's to your right. Phil Scott's to your left. Watch the body shot.
It appears as if Scott has recovered from that knockdown, but now he knows the power in Sharkey's left hook.
Beautiful body punch. Thrown by Jack Sharkey.
Winning the British Empire Heavyweight Championship, Scott took on one of America's finest heavyweights, Tom Heaney, at Southampton. In what the press described a wonderful fight, Scott won a thrilling 20-round decision over Heaney, which earned him high ranking among the world's top heavyweights. Scott is deceivingly clever and has a good, solid right-hand punch.
Ooh, good jab.
This is Jack Sharkey's 43rd professional fight, of which he won 40 and scored 15 KOs. 3 years ago, Sharkey was involved in a sensational fight against the Manasseh Mauler, Jack Dempsey. Going into the 7th round of that Dempsey fight, Sharkey was way ahead on points, but then Dempsey landed a controversial low blow and knocked Sharkey out in the 7th round. Sharkey wins round 2 by scoring that big knockdown. Forward. You'll see Sharkey throw an overhand right, and then Scott will spin Sharkey off balance without throwing a punch. Sharkey leap in with a left to the body, and Scott goes down for the 3rd time in the round. Lou Magnolia sends Sharkey to a neutral corner, and then turns to Scott and tells him to get up. The referee gives him a hand, but Scott rolls over in apparent pain. Scott seconds
that you cannot do. Referee cannot assist the fighter.
Says he didn't see any low blow, but he
and that was changed under the Walker law. He's had war gas. Had a referee by the name of Jack Welch that would help him out when he was in a ring with Mexican Joe Rivers. This was 1913, and that law was changed.
Referee Magnolia tells the cornermen to leave the ring and instructs the knockdown timekeeper to ring the bell. in to assist their man as Scott starts to collapse. Sharky is irate. He thinks Scott's trying to win the fight by claiming foul.
Sharky just went through that with Jack Dempsey. He went through that with Max Schmeling. Well, he'll go through that with Max Schmeling. But he also went through that with Jim Maloney.
Scott's seconds bring him a stool to sit on in a neutral corner. He says he can't make it back to his own corner.
He literally have to carry Phil Scott out of the ring.
Scott then decides to try to get to his feet. Apparently, Scott doesn't want any help. He gruffly pushes his cornerman away and then half walks, half hobbles across the ring to his own corner. He appears to be in anguish.
They would find out later that one of the testicles of Phil Scott went inside of his body from that low blow.
He attempts to get out of the ring in several different ways, all of them unsuccessful. He starts to collapse, but catches himself. The fight goes into the record book as a 3-round knockout victory for Jack Sharkey. And 2 years later, Sharkey will go on to win the heavyweight championship of the world from Max Schmeling.
Saturday, March 1st, 1930. The babyface assassin, Jimmy McLaurin, defeats Sammy Mandell in 10 rounds. Unanimous decision at Chicago Stadium. It was a welterweight affair. And McLaurin was 22 years old. He stood 5 foot 6 inches. He was a welterweight with a 67-inch reach. Walked into the ring with a record of 44 wins. 6 losses, 3 draws, 17 knockouts. As for Sammy Mandell, he was 26 years old. He stood 5 foot 7 inches. He was a welterweight. Had a 67-inch reach just like Jim McLaurin. He walked into the ring with 122 wins, 8 losses, and he would have 26 knockouts. Now, between November 1st, 1929 and December 13th, 1929, he defeated Joe Click 2 times, Sergeant Sammy Baker, Ray Miller, Ruby Goldstein, and Sammy Mandell himself. I'm speaking of McLaurin. So let's take a look at that fight that happened between Jimmy McLaurin and Sammy Mandell, Saturday, March 1st, 1930.
For the World's Lightweight Championship, Sammy Mandell, defending champion, and Jimmy McLaurin, the challenger. Mandell with the stripe down his trunks. The referee is Lou Magnolia. This is the Polo Grounds, New York City, May 21st, 1928. Jimmy McLaurin and Sammy Mandell off to a furious start here in the first round. A crowd of 20,290 on hand. The gross receipt, $137,467. Mandell is favored in the betting odds, 7-5, and 1-3 on a knockout. Rain had postponed the fight from Thursday, May 17th to Monday, May 21st. Both men weigh precisely 135 pounds. Sammy Mandell, the defending champion, with the white stripe down the side of his trunks, and Jimmy McLaurin, the challenger. Mandell has terrific speed. Mandell, a ring-wise veteran, holding McLaurin off in the clutches. Mandell has had a total of 117 professional bouts. He scored 20 knockouts. He won 35 decisions, won 1 on a foul. Fought 55 no-decision bouts, 3 draws, lost 1 time, lost 1 on a foul, and was stopped once. Joey Sanger stopped him in 7 rounds back in March of 1923. His loss was a 4-round decision to Phil Salvador in Vernon, California in 1924. As the fight moves along, into the 10th round, Mandell appears just as fresh as ever, but he seems to be favoring his left hand now. It developed later that he hurt his left hand rather badly. He'll do much less punching from here on in with that left hand, using it more as a stiff arm. Jimmy McClellan has had a total of 51 professional bouts, scored 7 KOs, won 36 decisions, won 1 on a foul, drew in 3, and he's lost 4 decisions. There have been no knockdowns in the bout. Just 1 slip earlier. Tremendous action right into the closing moments of this fight. And Sammy Mandell. McClellan doesn't give Mandell a moment. McClellan trying to pull this fight out here in this 15th round. Sammy Mandell ahead on points. Busting away to the body at every opportunity. And Mandell seeking to tie him up. Just seconds ago now in this 15-round grueling fight for the world's lightweight title. And that's it. The fight's all over. And 9-5-1, Sammy Mandell successfully defends his world's lightweight championship.
All right, so Sammy Mandell defends his crown against Jimmy McClellan. I'm Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. All great fights and all great fighters will never be forgotten on my channel. Let's continue to examine 100 years of world championship fights right here on the Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series.